As an athlete, you remember you used to, let's say you wanted to go D1, okay, but you wasn't a 5-star or
Right.
4-star,
Yeah.
right? So you had to go NAIA, JUCO, you get what I'm saying, and pretty much have to stake it out. Now the JUCO was a little bit different because it was a 2-year commitment. You get what I'm saying, and then you kind of see what you want to do after that, which reminds you a lot of the portal. You get what I'm saying, because you can go NAIA now, ball out, and then get that Division I Power 5 that maybe you wanted that you wasn't recruited at when you was in high school. So definitely a pro. Another pro is if I'm a 5-star and I went to Alabama, but of course there are already 3, 4, 5 stars at my position. I used to have to, if I do not win the position, I used to have to sit and wait, especially if I was younger, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For my time to play, which doesn't allow me to get film for the pros, right?
Okay.
Now I can go to Alabama. If I don't win, that doesn't mean I'm not good enough to play. You get what I'm saying? So I can transfer, get a bag, another bag, go somewhere else, and start.
Now when you say bag, are you talking about like
I'm talking about that NIL money.
Alabama backpack?
No, I'm not talking about no Alabama backpack. Well, I'm talking about an Alabama backpack, but it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something in that backpack. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it allows you to transfer and go to another school, get a bag, and start.
Yeah.
And play and put that film. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And get that film so you have something to look at for. So those are the
two
main
pros.
Yes.
Those two pros.
Yes.
What are two cons that you think about the portal? Because the portal
Okay.
is one of the main topics no matter where you go.
So one of the cons is hurting high school recruiting big time. Now, this is the thing though. It's not so much hurting the 5-star recruits. You get what I'm saying? Because if you're a 5-star running back, if you're a 5-star quarterback, especially, you gonna have a gang of offers.
But why don't you say it's to hurt the 5 stars too though?
Because it's not.
Because some of them do go in there. Some of them do go in there, and if you're not one of the 5 stars that come in and play right away, you're one of the 5 stars that says, I'm going to another school next year.
But but you have that option.
Yeah.
You still have the option. Because the goal is to go into college football and play.
Of course.
Contrary to what anybody tells you, the goal we've been there. We both been recruited, we both went. I wasn't going somewhere when they told me I didn't have an opportunity to compete for the position.
But let's just be real. Every school you go to, I don't care who you are, when you go on your recruit visit,
they tell you.
You are the guy. They say, you're going to come here, you're going to play, you're the guy. We're looking at you to play. They gonna all tell you that.
Well, nah, some of them do keep it real. Because when I was being recruited,
USC
Texas
told me the
Tech,
truth.
me too. Texas Tech told me the truth. Washington told me the truth. ASU told me the truth. U of A told me the truth. They told me the truth as a true freshman.
Now, but then again, too, was it really the truth?
Yeah, well, I saw.
You didn't go.
No, I didn't go. But I was a 17-year-old. My ego was.
Yeah.
I had to prop 48. So the reason I didn't go Power 5. It wasn't considered Power. Originally, originally back then that's the most. But I wanted to come back this way.
How far ago was that?
That was 92.
In the 1900s?
Yeah, 1900s.
Okay, just checking.
You know what I'm
saying? In black and white. VCR.
No, I wasn't in black and white. I was color.
VCR. Your highlight tape was on VCR?
My highlight tape was on a CD, bro.
VCR.
You know what I'm saying? And my highlights had a whole lot of highlights on it too. All American.
Couldn't even tell what number. Well, it wasn't no HD.
Leading led Arizona rushing. First team out. You know what I'm saying? All American. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But y'all know that already. Anyway, back to what we were saying. So it hurts the 5. It don't hurt the 5-star, but those 3-star caliber players that really could play at like a Power 5, it hurts them because they're gonna say we're gonna go get what we need from the portal.
Yeah.
opposed to coming down and taking a chance on you. We're going to get something that we feel like it was at Bama, so we know, what kind of program it is. We know it's ready to play now. We're going to jump in the portal and get that. It ain't going to come get a 3-star caliber of a player. So it's definitely hurting high school recruiting. However, for every con, there is a pro. You get what I'm saying?
But I mean, you just gave me 2 pros and you gave me 1 con.
Yeah.
Now, I agree with the pros on just how you said it. I mean, when it comes to the con, I look at it and say, a player that comes in like a 5-star, he's probably get a chance to play. More likely get a chance to play than 3-star. There's always a 3-star that can be that 5-star. They just didn't have the exposure as that 5-star. And a lot of times I'm realizing, because I'm training kids and I'm going to these camps. I'm learning a lot about all these processes. A lot of these kids go to these exposure camps and they get stars. And there's some kids who don't go to those camps because they might not get invited and they don't get that exposure. So the pro of them being, getting ready to go somewhere else and become a 5-star, you can go, you probably can go to Western Kentucky like who we know, right? So we go to Western Kentucky, you ball out, you become a beast, and all of a sudden now you hop in the transfer portal, and now you're high on the board. Now Michigan wants you. Who didn't want you in high school? Yeah, that's great.
Right.
But I think that it's affecting a lot of the kids when it comes to fighting for position. And I know you said
as far as what?
If I come in, I'm in Alabama and I'm a 5-star, and I got 4 of the guys in front of me, I can say, I'm gonna get up and leave. But when you were playing like I was playing, you couldn't just get up and leave like that. You had to fight it out, right? You had to, and to me, it built like you having enough hunger for the game that you're gonna try as hard as you can. Some people are just getting up and leaving. Now, not everybody,
right?
But there's a number of people who are just getting up and leaving because you like, oh, I ain't starting, and it's almost becoming sad in my opinion, because it's like some people are collecting jerseys. NFL, you got a journeyman, you got a person that's on one team and get cut. That's getting cut is different than you just getting up and leaving because you like. I look at what's the quarterback name? He was at Clemson first. I think it's DJ, and then DJ left and he goes to Oregon State. Yeah, and then now he left from there, and now he's going to Florida State. Like, bro, what are you doing? Like, I know you want to win, but
each case is individual case. So we can't judge him for going to 3 teams if his goal is to find a home where he wants to play. Now, if you want to compete, you know what I'm saying? For a position.
You find a home in your recruiting process.
Well, no, you don't find a home in the recruiting process.
Yes, you do. That's why
you don't. No, you don't. And I'm going to tell you why you don't. Because like you said earlier, sometimes a recruiting coach's job is to get you to come with us.
Yeah.
His job ain't really to tell you the real. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes you get, because I ain't going to lie, if I could go back, I went because he told me for once I was going to start. Told me that.
You started?
Yeah, some games. Okay. Not the whole time.
I'm just asking to see how true it is or not.
Yeah. And then he told me I was gonna be in the I formation.
I formation? You did I formation?
Nope.
They changed that. Okay.
Changed it up. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was certain things. He said that we was gonna be 60% run.
Okay.
40%. But but I'm just saying these are the things that was told to me, and then when I got there, it wasn't true. I'm only gonna go to the place that's advantageous to me and my skill set.
So when you transferred to New Mexico State, did they do the things that you were desiring when you first went to first come out of high school?
No, that's what I'm telling you.
Okay,
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
no,
I get you saying.
And so had the portal would have been available to me then, I definitely would have looked at trying to leave.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
I mean, because see, for me, when I came in, I came from a 4-3 defense. And leaving the 4-3 defense, I went to UTEP, and it was reasons for it. Went to UTEP because I told him if you sign my brother, my cousin, I'll go. And I just remember going to UTEP, and it was a 3-3-5. I was like, what? I'm like, what is this? Like, I didn't really understand what it was. I wasn't even paying attention to what defenses was doing and that stuff like that. But then when my new coach came in, Coach Patterson, I just remember they changed it to a 4-3, and then I moved my position, and it worked out. For some people, it didn't work out. Now, when a new coach came along, it ain't work out. I wanted to leave. I wanted to dip. But yeah, it's like sometimes it'll work out, sometimes it won't, and they'll feed you information, and it don't be true. It don't be true at all. And that's like the hard part. Is it like you gotta find out what's right. And so you being able to transfer going somewhere else, because then you had to be a graduate to transfer when I was, or if you transfer,
or if your coach,
you had to
coach leave, you could.
But even then, like you had to, if I went to if I was Division I, I could play right away with Division I AA. But if I went Division I to Division I had to sit out a year. It's not like that anymore. But I think they got some new stipulations that's coming in to where they gonna stop you transferring so many times.
Well, they gonna do something.
They gonna have to, because at this point it's like we just doing whatever.
But I'm not mad at it. I'm always gonna be pro athlete. You get what I'm saying? Because for the longest, you get into a organization or a program where, like we just said, they told you X, Y, and Z. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then they don't do what they told you they was gonna do. So now I can hold you accountable. Before I couldn't hold you accountable.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
You got
now I understand old school thinking of he just don't want to compete. Now he's running from competition.
In some cases, I really believe that's what it is.
It depends on what it is. Again, the goal is to play. I don't care if you 4-star, 3-star, 4-star. You get what I'm saying? The goal is to play. Now, if I'm not playing at Bama, Texas, Washington, or whatever, because there's another player that's better, that's cool. So you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But just if my skill set says that I'm a starting QB or whatever position in college football, then I want to play.
True.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to go to I want to lead my team and you know what I'm saying, and be part of something successful. And if I know that the scheme that y'all are running is not conducive to the talents and my skill set, then I need to find another place. And the good thing is I know, and part of the problem though is these dads and people that are in these athletes' life that are not pushing them to the right programs. Meaning, if you're just looking for the name, if you're just looking for a Power 5, then I'm just looking for the highest caliber program to recruit me, and I'm going there.
To talk about that, I think that when it comes to some of these names, some of those names are going to guarantee you a slot in NFL. There's some names that we can go to is going to guarantee me a slot. Alabama's going to guarantee me a slot.
Supposedly.
They are. Florida State is going to guarantee me a spot.
Supposedly.
Clemson is going to guarantee me a spot.
Supposedly.
Texas is going to guarantee me a spot.
Supposedly.
Oklahoma is going to secure me a spot.
Supposedly.
Like USC, Oregon.
Your film is going to guarantee you a spot too.
But it's going to. Okay, let me rephrase it. It's going to give you a shot. Those big names will give you a shot more than UTEP. No shot. Unless you show
unless your film. Because your film is going to have to show no matter where you go.
Some guys don't have to have film. And it's the same thing going in the transfer portal. If we look at it, you can have a kid on the depth chart who could be he probably could be a walk-on at Alabama, but he said I came from Alabama. Because I remember when I was in school, it was kids who would go my brother was SFA. My brother said it was a kid that transferred from, I think, North Texas. And him transferring from North Texas, they put this kid in playing position automatically. He come from Division I. To find out this kid was a walk-on. And the kid was decent, but the kid wasn't Division I talent. But just because of the name of the school he was at compared to the school that he was at, this North Texas going to SFA, they going to give him more, let's put you up here. You play Division I ball. He's a walk-on. Like, me going to Alabama is saying, oh, this is the cream of the crop. He coming over here to us. He may not pan out, bro. Like, just because that's the name you went to is giving people a shot.
I get that, but you have to create your shot. You can't just go, because you can go to Bama and there's a whole bunch of people leaving Bama. So
I don't want to get into names because we know
some people. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? So it's really not your play is gonna guarantee you your pay more than anything.
Yeah, but we know some people and they came from some places with some big names.
You tried to start some stuff.
I ain't trying to start nothing.
Yeah, you is, because you know eventually I'm gonna name them. You already know if you push hard enough, I'm gonna tell them first, middle, and last name. You get what I'm saying? Don't you try to get them brothers caught up. I'll name them in a minute. But again, I think when we're talking to these young high school athletes and we're helping them make decisions, dads especially, y'all gotta take yourselves out of the equation, because you know how some dads do. They want to boast their chest because their kid is going to the University of Texas or University of Alabama. When
Okay. With that being said, because the portal is become one of the topics everywhere you go. So much that the high school realm has turned into
the portal.
Like the portal.
Yeah.
You got kids that's like
moving
they moving
from across
and I'm
town.
talking like crazy.
Yeah.
So the portal in college has impacted so much that it's creating a portal in high school. Like, how do we fix that? The portal in high school, because it's a portal in high school.
Well, you can't fix it, because the ultimate goal is to win.
Yeah.
And if you caught up in winning, most people are designed to do what's necessary to win.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So again, if you have, say, a young man that's a great player, potentially a 5-star player, but's at a lower level tier school, you would rather them be at a higher tier school so they can get seen, so it increases their offers and their chances to play college football. Because again, it's about winning. So if we are focusing on winning, which that's the focus, let's be honest, then you're gonna get kids in and out of the portal, college, and in transferring like it's a portal in high school. You know what I'm saying?
No, they doing it like it's the portal. Like it's I've seen some kids in high school. I seen one kid post, I'm taking a visit to Channelview. What? It's high school.
He said he's taking a visit to jail.
I
Unofficial or unofficial?
I've seen kids taking, like, you know how they take the little pictures? They taking the pictures at the high schools, like with the jersey on.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But
That's not the key.
But let me ask you this. So with the portal being what the portal is, who do you say right now has been the biggest, has been impacted the most? Like, which team has been impacted the most, had the most success since the portal has opened up?
Colorado.
Colorado, you think so?
Colorado by far.
I can't say that.
Who then?
Oregon.
Oregon's been a top tier program. So okay, so let me tell you why I say Colorado.
Bo Nix.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Bo Nix is a product of good, I ain't gonna say coaching, but a good environment, okay? Having good players around, because we saw Bo Nix at Auburn.
Yeah.
Terrible.
But it's the same thing with Dak. They giving him quick reads.
It's no.
Quick reads.
Yes and no. But let me go. I digress. Let me go back to what I was saying.
Digress.
I say Colorado simply for the fact of what Deion did was unprecedented.
Okay.
It was the first time. It was the first time in the history.
I'm talking about the success.
It is successful.
He got 4 wins.
Yeah, well, when you only win one the year before, it is a success. When you increase your organization or your program's dollar amount in the hundred of millions.
I said wins. I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about wins.
No, it's a business.
We talking about wins and losses.
Listen to me.
I'm listening.
I know what you're talking about, wins and losses, but we're talking. You asked me a question. You said which college program has benefited the most from the portal? Because winning is supposed to bring about money. And that's what college football is all about. Anything else you say it's about, it's a lie. Anything else you hear that it's about, it's a lie. It's a business. Business-wise, Colorado has benefited more than anybody in the history of the portal due to the fact of him being able to flip the whole program because of the portal. Normally, if you go 1-16, right, and you fire a coach, normally those same players that had you go 1-16 are coming back the majority of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a 1-in-16 program, I'm not 16, or 1-in-9, there's only 10 games,
1 in
depending
11,
on
1 in 11.
1-in-11, depending on the schedule at this time. Like, you got to go with those same players. Deion came in and flipped 80% of his roster in 1 year. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's doing it again this year with the O and the OD lineman. You get what I'm saying? And he sold out every game they was in. It sold out. So financially, you get what I'm saying? He didn't just, you know what I mean, increase his wins to 3 games. He also increased that net profit, which that's what college football is about. It's about net profiting. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In a business. So Colorado, by far, with I mean, they was even on TV. I hadn't seen Colorado on TV since Eric Bieniemy played.
So the portal opened up 2001.
Huh?
It started like 2001. It's like the big time when they started making the portal like just unlimited type.
In 2001?
I mean 2021.
Yeah, boy.
Okay, so 2021.
I've been in the damn portal back.
So I say that because Oregon was 4-3 the year before.
Mm-hmm.
Then they went 10-4.
Mm-hmm.
Then they went 10-3.
Mm-hmm.
Then they went 12-2.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like a team right now where like we see what they did to Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think the portal is more beneficial. I mean, it's been benefiting a lot of people, especially Deion with the cast that he has. Like him coming in and doing what he did, and he's a big name. He's making a lot of noise. That's I get that, yeah. But what they're doing over there is like it's crazy because now they're even getting kids to flip. So kids are flipping from their high schools to go there. Like,
but they're not the only ones doing it.
No. But they're making a lot of noise, man. Like a lot.
But are they making more noise than Colorado?
Yes. Yes.
No. No one's making more noise than Colorado in prime.
Yes, they are. They ain't making that noise like because Deion's fresh on the scene.
Yes. He did it in 1 year. You just gave me 3 years.
Yeah.
You just gave me 3 years, and that's good.
Yeah.
Deion did it in 1.
This man did it in 2. He's only been the coach the last 2 years.
Okay.
Because that coach ended up leaving and he ended up going to Florida State, I believe. The one that was there when the portal just opened.
But over the past 10 years, Oregon has been way more relative than Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
So again, we're talking about what Deion was able to do in 1 year. So now this year he definitely has to take another step.
Okay. So
you get what I'm saying?
Just prediction wise, what does he do this year?
This year, I would say he increased it 3 years. So 3 games. This year, I'm looking for him to do it 4 games. 4 plus 3 is 7. So I'm looking for him to get to at least 7 wins and go to a bowl game. If he does that, then he's on course.
And I can see that. I can see that because they're in a weaker conference now, in the Big 12. So they're a weaker conference. When they were in the Pac-12, I think it was more than he could do at the moment for what he had. Arizona wasn't supposed to win that game.
No, I agree.
Stanford wasn't supposed to win that game.
I agree.
But Stanford won.
Right.
Like Oregon State, we said Oregon State. We said, and the thing is, like they took some of the top teams to the end. USC, right?
It was competitive. It was competitive in every game besides like 2.
But Oregon dusted them boys.
They're a top 10 team.
I'm just saying they dusted them boys. So I mean I could see Deion. I could see him winning 6 games this year.
6. I'll give him 7. I'll give him 7.
I'm gonna give him 6. I think. Yeah, I say 6. I don't even know the schedule.
Me neither. I was just saying without looking at the schedule, I'm giving them 7 wins.
I mean, with the portal, he's gonna make some moves. I just think like his biggest thing is the trenches. He got some offensive line.
Oh, he addressing that.
But the thing is now they got to come together. They got to play together, and he for sure needs some defensive line because the pressure was not getting there.
Pressure was horrible.
It was allowing
blocking the pressure was horrible.
You know, you had one DB playing two different spots. Travis Hunter had to play corner and safety at points of time, right? So it's like they got to fix that. If they don't fix that, then he might do good, but when they go against good competition, it's not gonna work.
Well, after a year, I think the man is smart enough to know exactly, to look at the season.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm still saying
review the season and see what
6
they
wins.
need. That's fine.
Still saying 6.
I'm saying 7.
So we gonna see. We gonna see about that.
We gonna see about that.
Who do you think has the biggest besides Colorado and Oregon? Who do you think has the biggest turnaround this season due to the portal from what you've seen so far?
I still think it's Colorado.
I say without Colorado or Oregon. Not saying because them the two teams we just talked about. You give me a team that's a dark horse to you that you think the portal is going to help this team turn around to be something.
Well, I don't know. I haven't. You know what I'm saying? I haven't looked at exactly who's recruited what through the portal. There's still a lot of decommitting going on right now and committing. So I don't know. So right off hand, I don't know because Texas is going to be a problem next year still. Oklahoma going into the SEC is going to be, I don't know, a question because they was decent this year, but they wasn't. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. I look for Houston, the University of Houston.
Houston? What is that?
University of Houston.
How do you spell it?
You know how to spell Houston.
I'm just saying, but you just missing the H every time you say it.
No, I'm not missing the H.
Saying
Everybody,
Houston.
that's just what it's called.
So how do you say H-Town without saying the H?
Like this, Houston. It's Texas, bro. It's the Texas thing.
Boy, it's throwing up the H, but when they say Houston, they ain't saying Houston.
We ain't saying. But seriously, on a serious note, I wanted to get this off. Like, parents, bro. Like, we gotta do better in helping these young men make decisions, and we can't be making them help them make decisions based off on what we think and names of programs. We need to look at what they do, their skill sets, what they do well, look at OCs, look at head coaches, look at schemes, and make sure that the scheme that they run and that the coach has been there 10 years and they're going to be there, and the schemes that they run match the kid's skill set to give them the best opportunity to be successful. Because what I'm seeing is kids are just jumping at names. You know what I'm saying? I know walking in the hallways at the show, I'm always asking, like, hey, so, who looking at you? You know what I mean? And they'll throw some names out, and then they'll say, but I'm waiting. You know what I'm saying? And my advice is always, don't wait too long. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, and to what you're saying, when I was in high school, I was a kid that looked at names. Names was big.
I mean, everybody did. That's natural.
Like,
that's natural.
I'm like, okay, I got there's North Carolina, there's Michigan, there's Utah, there's Texas, LSU. I'm like, man, like those are big names. Those are where you want to go. But then once again, you start to think like, now we think, is that the place you should go? Like, you need to go somewhere that's gonna fit you. That's the mature mind thinking.
Right.
Because before then we wasn't thinking like that. Like I cut the NCAA game on, and I'm putting me on every team. I'm like, okay, I'm seeing the jersey, I'm seeing the crowd, I'm digging in, but I'm not digging in deeper to say, am I gonna play when I get here? Is this the right defense for me?
Right.
So sometimes parents are not equipped as the kid's not equipped. Sometimes the parents is just dumbfounded when it come to that as the kid. I know when I went to school, when I took my my little not my visit to go to the school, but my visit to already get registered and stuff. And my mom went to school, she asked more questions than me. So some of us don't know.
Right.
We think we do, so we asking for a name because all we see is the name is, oh, you can get you education from there and a degree. When they'll kick you out of that school too. If you going to Michigan and you ain't producing, they'll find a way to get you out of there.
Right.
I seen they'll find a way to say, oh, he's not doing good in this class. He got a B, not instead of an A.
Right.
And now you get kicked out. So sometimes they dumbfounded too. Sometimes they don't know. So both the kid got to be educated and the parent. Like we both can make dumb decisions,
and the coaches,
and the coaches too.
because the coaches have some accountability.
But sometimes, like the school I was at, man, the coach he wanted me to go to a certain school so he can learn the defense. I'm like, man, hold on, bro. Like I don't care about you.
Yeah, coaches be
defense.
tripping. Coaches,
I need to make this beneficial for everybody around me. Like I need to play so I can be successful, so I can be able to help my community or help my mom or help my dad, whatever it may be. So I got to educate myself.
well, and coaches got to educate themselves too, because it doesn't look good if you putting players into college football and they're not playing.
And they transferring.
You get what I'm saying?
Because now it's showing their character.
Yeah, and two, every time you put a player in a program and the player is one and done, do you think they're gonna keep coming back to your school?
Nah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you really coaches, parents, and players and athletes really sit down. Like it's not a Instagram Photoshop.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's your future.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
For
So
sure.
young athletes, let's take it serious. You might want to go to the NAIA instead of the Division I.
No, don't do that.
If it fits you better,
No.
if it fits you better,
Listen,
if it fits you better,
that don't fit. That
if
don't
it
fit.
fits you better,
Listen, go to that smaller Division I. Get you some film. Go to Division I AA. Don't do no NIA, whatever he talking about. Don't do that one.
hey,
Don't go that far.
my daddy told me,
You
just
ain't-
because it look good don't always mean it's good.
NIA is sure ain't good.
Sometimes that thing that's walking and you like, ooh wee, that you think everybody want, everybody done had.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying? So sometimes you might see something, the junk in the trunk might not be as big, but it might take. Well, I mean, you know.
Look. I ain't gonna disrespect no schools like that. But like you, how you said? Whatever that one. That's like getting a homeless chick off the street compared to going to the club and getting you like, Alabama or Michigan.
Sometimes
No,
you can
don't get the homeless one.
Just because the hoe look good, she's still a hoe.
I'm talking about the homeless one though.
I'm talking about the hoe.
I know that one.
Yeah, everybody want that,
Everybody want that,
but she a hoe.
But I'm not saying go get that one. I'm not saying go get that. I'm saying get
That
the one.
is what
get
you
the
just
between.
said.
I don't get the homeless one, but don't
get the hoe.
No, get the one in between. Get the one at the grocery store.
Get a hoe with a job.
They gonna be what they gonna be, man. I ain't calling them that. I ain't calling. I'm not using that word, guys.
Saying.
I'm saying don't stoop too low. Get yourself in the right position to be where you need to be to get yourself to where you want to get.
I agree. Don't step too.
If you got something better than NIA or whatever it is, don't do it.
I agree. Don't step too low, but don't step too hoe either.
This boy want to rhyme so bad.
I'm just trying to make it make sense to the people. Sometimes
that don't even make sense.
It do make sense. It make a lot of sense.
Say it one more time.
Don't step too low, but don't step too hoe. It make perfect sense.
I would say to the.
What?
You said don't step too hoe. What?
Okay, you understand exactly what I'm saying.
Nah, we all confused.
Yeah. I'm not confused.
We
Again, everything that look good,
everything that's glitter ain't gold.
Don't mean it's good for you.
You know?
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, look at everybody. Everybody, sometimes it's better to go where you really want it and you really need it than to go somewhere that they just say that they want you, but they don't need you.
Go where you appreciate it and not tolerate it.
Yes. And that's in everything.
That's for better words than don't go too low. I say,
but you got to
go
talk
where
to
you
everybody.
appreciate
Somebody
it,
understood.
and not where you tolerate.
Somebody out there went like this, bing. When I said it, bing.
No, they
went
went
for everybody.
Yeah, they went bing like what?
Anywhere.
What the heck?
They knew exactly what I told them. When you got options, some of y'all that they never had a lot of options wouldn't know. But see, a brother like me, I've always had options.
Here you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Only option he got, it ain't the option route.
I had options, you know what I'm saying? And I picked a good one. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Hey, listen, man, we gonna finish with that episode. We're gonna finish with that one, man. So look, it's your boy G Reed 61.
And I'm your boy Real Coach Crazy.
And this was Bitter Different Podcast.
We out. Peace.
Peace.